Topics of the day, and we're talking about a show that's been renewed, a celebrity sticking up for his co-star, and a music company that's cutting jobs. And of course, Alex Cordetti is joining us right now.
Hi guys, I can't wait to talk about trending topics. You know it's my favorite thing in the world.
It is.
And I want to tell you about American Horror Story because it's one of my favorite shows. American Horror Story has actually been renewed for another 2 seasons. They're bringing back some big names. You might have heard of them before. Emmy Award-winning actress Sarah Paulson is back, and Evan Peters will also be returning. Executive producer Ryan Murphy said the next cycle will be set in modern times. He said there are only 3 people that know what the season is actually about. Paulson and Evans are the only ones cast so far for the seasons, and he might just keep the rest a mystery. The series should now continue through 2019, making it FX's longest-running dramatic series.
So neither Anthony nor myself have watched AHS that much, so sell us on it. What's your favorite part about it? Why do you like it so much?
So the cool thing about American Horror Story is that you can start it from any season and it's a brand new story. So you don't have to be caught up like a Grey's Anatomy or, you know, one of those long-running shows.
Follow season by season.
Exactly. Like each season they bring back the same actors and they play different characters. So it's kind of awesome because you don't have to, you know, be in the know about every season. They all have a different plot. They're all featuring different people, and they each have a theme. So that's the fun part about it. One was about witches, and one's about a hotel, and it's just kind of like a cool, especially during Halloween, I feel like it's a cool show to bring. And Sarah Paulson's actually really talented. She was in the OJ trial show. I don't know if you guys watched those, but she was great. Yeah, and she won an Emmy for it. So there's some great actors in there. And Ryan Murphy, you guys watch Glee ever?
I've seen Glee.
I've seen it,
yeah. He created Glee, so it's kind of a leap. I feel like.
Well, that's really, I know enough to know that it's a really different type of show.
Right.
Yeah.
But I would say, though, that kind of sounds very interesting because I'm not familiar with any other show that takes that premise where it doesn't matter where you start from season to season. It's the same characters, same people, different characters, same show.
Exactly. So it's just kind of cool because you can start at any time and be in the know with your friends.
Is it on Netflix? Do you know?
Yes. I started on Netflix, actually.
We were just talking about needing a new show.
Yeah, I think the first 4 seasons are on Netflix, so...
There I go.
Started.
Looks like my weekend.
Something to do when you're stuck inside.
Yeah, exactly.
In other news this morning, Ashton Kutcher is now standing up for his actress friend, Natalie Portman. In an interview with UK Marie Claire magazine, Portman revealed a shocking secret. She said that her no-strings-attached co-star, we're talking about Ashton Kutcher, he was paid more than 3 times the amount that she was for the exact same film. Kutcher tweeted and said that he was proud of Portman for speaking out on the Hollywood gender pay gap. Portman said that, quote, "We get paid a lot, so it's hard to complain, but the disparity is crazy," end quote.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're starting there. I mean, obviously, she's probably making a lot of money from it, but 3 times more, that's a lot.
That is a lot. And I mean, Natalie Portman is no slouch.
No.
She's a major actress, so to say that she is getting paid 3 times less than him, that's tough. That's
and I just remember in that movie, too, I mean, when I think the No Strings Attached movie, I loved it. I thought it was really good. And, you know, I feel like I came out on my birthday a few years ago. Now that I think about that, I think I remember seeing it for my birthday. But I remember, like, scenes of her crying and her doing, like, really dramatic things. She pretended she was drunk at one point.
Showing real range, like,
her range in that movie, no diss on Ashton Kutcher, but was definitely triple his, and then the fact that the pay is the opposite is interesting.
To me, the pay doesn't match the talent here because Natalie Portman is, in my opinion, she's just a real actress, and Ashton's kind of a funny guy. So when you look at their roles, like you were saying, it's just kind of insane to me that she would be paid 3 times less than him. And I mean, it's great that he's acknowledging it, but at the same time, you know, there's nothing to do about it. The highest paid stars are always the males. If you look on the list in Hollywood, I think years ago Tom Cruise was #1, but you know, he hasn't been in like movies in a long time, but because of their big name.
Yeah, and you know what? It's good that Ashton is standing by her because she's not the first actress. I remember Jessica Lawrence also came out. Jennifer Lawrence? Jennifer.
That's okay.
She came out and she said the same thing, and she was getting support as well because I think what needs to happen in these certain circumstances is not only do women have to come forward and start, you know, making these things known, but they also have to have allies and people that support them in that field. And I think by men with such huge names supporting them in this way, hopefully we can see some change.
And I know that there will always be that conversation about, well, they already make a lot of money, so they shouldn't be complaining. But I think that, you know, kudos to any woman who makes it acceptable to talk about these things because I'm sure the same thing is happening in other industries as well, and it's worth talking about.
100% right.
All right, well, something else worth talking about. Pandora has announced it will be laying off employees. The shares for the company rose 7% in just the hours after that announcement. Pandora said they would cut jobs and beat its earnings forecast. The online radio company said they would slash 7% of its U.S. employee base by the first fiscal quarter of this year as a cost-cutting measure. The CEO said, quote, "The commitment to cost discipline will allow us to invest more heavily in product development and monetization to build on the foundations of our strategic investments," end quote. So essentially, long story short, they're going to be operating on a leaner group of employees there. But do you guys listen to Pandora a lot?
You know what? I know it's like old school, but I do. And I know Spotify is kind of the new thing, but I always click Pandora on my phone, and I don't know why. Do you guys?
I do too. I'm kind of dedicated to it. I mean, that's pretty much where I started streaming a lot of music. And then you've had so many different apps come out, Tidal, Spotify, so many.
Apple Music.
Apple Music,
Yeah.
but I stay true to Pandora. But it's sad to hear the jobs. Anytime you hear jobs, people losing jobs, that's not where we want to go.
And the fact that it's like, hey, stock went all the way up, but it's because people
We're
are
losing jobs.
cutting
Right.
jobs. Yeah, I think that I use all of those different things for different reasons, actually, because I like Spotify because you can pick who you're listening to. You can curate
Right,
those
that's fair,
playlists.
that's fair.
But I like Pandora because I get tired of what I already know. I want new music. I love that it has that technology. I remember the first time somebody showed me Pandora and said, look at this, it can find songs that it know you like. And I thought that was so cool. I still think it's cool that they can do that.
That is really cool, and I'm sad to hear that they're losing jobs, but I think it might be because there are so many platforms for streaming music now that, you know, if Pandora was the only one, maybe they would keep those jobs and have even more. But because there are so many different companies now, that's just how it has to be.
Yeah. Competition. All right, so in our Instant Connection poll today, we want to know, do you use Pandora to listen to music? Easy to participate. Just go to our Facebook page, click on the link, and post your answer. We're going to check back with those responses throughout the hour.
And now for our viral video of the day, we have Alex right here, so
That's
we
right.
don't have to look
Easier.
far for her to tell us what's going viral today.
So maybe I'm going to use my Pandora to listen to Panda by Designer. I don't know if either of you have heard that song, but I'm about to show you a video that's causing pandemonium in Spain. So check it out. The Madrid Zoo proudly showed off their newest giant panda cub, and they've named the baby panda Chulina, or Cutie. This is all in homage to Culin, the first panda born at the zoo 34 years ago. The 5-month-old female is the 5th panda to be born at that zoo, but she's actually the first female panda, so that's pretty cool. And the panda was actually considered to be in danger of extinction, but now there are over 1,000 pandas in their natural habitat over in China. So, I mean, that's pretty good news to hear that, you know, they're kind of doing well.
They're bouncing back. Their numbers are bouncing back because of those efforts.
Exactly, unlike the bumblebee, which we just talked about. You know, that's now on the list, so hopefully we can get those efforts back up for that as well. You know, I feel like as soon as we get any kind of like awareness about an animal, then the problem starts to kind of decrease. And
That's always the argument for having things like zoos and exhibits with animals. You know, there's, of course, the idea that they shouldn't be in captivity, but there's the other side of the argument that it increases awareness and people's willingness to help with the conservation efforts. So.
I don't know what it is about a panda, but I love pandas.
I know, they're great. They're
I
so
don't know what it is about a panda.
They're just
You look like you've been like waiting to
But I
like,
love
get that off your
pandas.
chest for
I
a long
don't know why. There was a video we showed here with the panda
Yeah.
on the snowman.
I remember it.
Come on.
They're just
Come
very,
on.
they seem like very cuddly and like a best friend. You
Yes,
know?
but don't get too close.
No, I mean, yeah,
And
won't be
I
the
remember
case.
at the zoo in Washington, D.C. once, they said they had a little like zookeeper out there with a piece of like, this is what their fur feels like, and it's actually not that soft once they get older, which is kind
Abby,
of
don't
sad.
crush my dream.
Yeah, that's like really
I
depressing.
know it's your birthday, but come on.
Oh, that's true.
Don't crush my
Well,
dream.
because it's her birthday, can't
Then,
she
yeah, I can
crush
do what I
them?
want. It's my birthday. I do what I want to.
All right, fine.
It's okay. I like pandas. They're just big. They're not as like cuddly. They're still cute though.
All right. It's almost time to move your feet to a good beat here this morning.
And we're going to do that with Friday Jams. You want to check out who's joining us today coming up after the break.